Working at the front of the radiator support, remove the two T20 torque fasteners for the intake duct as indicated by the green arrows. Working at the intake air duct connection at the air filter housing, using a small flathead screwdriver, release the retaining tabs on each side and pull the duct off. Then pull the intake duct out of the radiator support and remove it from the vehicle, green arrow. Then loosen the hose clamps, green arrow, and remove the two 10mm air filter housing fasteners, yellow arrows. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor electrical connector by releasing the tab with the small flathead screwdriver and pulling the connector out of the sensor, green arrow. Remove the air filter housing from the vehicle by lifting up and disconnecting the duct from the mass airflow sensor. Next, you will have to remove the power steering reservoir from its mounting bracket. You do not have to disconnect the hoses. Remove the two 10mm mounting fasteners as indicated by the green arrows. Then remove the two silver washers from the power steering reservoir grommets. Be careful not to lose these washers. Working next to the power steering reservoir, unclip the vacuum hose clip by unclipping and opening it, green arrow. Remove the power steering reservoir, green arrow, from the mounting bracket and guide under the vacuum hose, yellow arrow, and lay them aside. Working at the throttle body intake air duct, pull off the vacuum hose, green arrow. Still working at the throttle body, loosen the intake air duct hose clamp, green arrow, using a flathead screwdriver. You will have to reach from the firewall side to access the clamp with the screwdriver. A shorter flathead screwdriver works best. Pull the air duct straight off the throttle body, green arrow. Note the installation position for easier reinstallation. Disconnect the electrical connector by pressing the plastic release tab and pulling it off of the throttle body, green arrow. Remove the four 10mm throttle body fasteners as indicated by the green arrows. Once you have removed the throttle body fasteners, remove the throttle body from the engine. Be sure to replace the throttle body sealing O-ring, green arrow. Install the throttle body housing in the reverse order of removing. Be sure electrical connectors are properly engaged and listen for an audible click. The turbocharged models have a few different steps. Working at the front of the air filter housing, squeeze the connector and disconnect the vacuum hose. Then pull the vacuum hose out of the mount, green arrow. Working at the front of the air filter housing, using a flathead screwdriver, loosen the air duct hose clamp, green arrow. Then loosen the boost pipe hose clamp, yellow arrow. Leave the boost hose connected for now. Once the hose clamp is loose, reach below the upper radiator hose and slide the hose, green arrow, off the air filter housing. Working at the rear of the air filter housing, using a flathead screwdriver, loosen the air duct hose clamp, green arrow. Next, you will have to detach the electrical cables from the intake air pipe, yellow arrow. Pull the electrical cable up off the mount. You may have to wiggle the rubber grommet side to side to get it to come off the mount. Remove all three electrical cables. Once the electrical cables are removed, you will have to pull the air filter up and out of the rubber mounting grommets. There are two in the back and one located in the center. What I like to do is pull the front side up first, then wiggle the air filter housing until it comes out of the rear mounts. There are no fasteners holding it, just grommets, and over time they may become stiff and will not release easily. If that is the case, use caution and pull up swiftly to release. Next, you will have to unlock and disconnect the front boost recirculation hose. There is a gray lock. Rotate this lock counterclockwise about 45 degrees to unlock it. This style hose lock can be hard to get off due to time and debris entering the collar. If so, you can rotate it using channel locks, but be careful not to damage the hose or the lock. They are made of plastic. Next, pull the hose up and off the air pipe. It should slide off easily. If it does not, the lock is not fully disengaged. Next, you will have to unlock and disconnect the rear boost recirculation hose. There is a gray lock. Rotate this lock counterclockwise about 45 degrees to unlock it. Again, This can be tough to get off. Take your time and do not break it. If it's stuck, you can rotate it using channel locks, but be careful not to damage the hose or lock. Again, they're made of plastic. Next, pull hose up and off the air pipe. It should slide off easily. If not, the lock is not fully disengaged. Working at the boost recirculation valves, remove the vacuum hose from each valve by pulling it off. Be careful not to damage the hose or valve when removing. Working at the boost air pipe, remove the T27 torque fastener as indicated by the green arrow. Working at the throttle body, using a flathead screwdriver, remove the intake air pipe locking clip, green arrow. Disconnect the boost pipe from the connection at the radiator support, then gently wiggle the pipe off the throttle body. Once the pipe is clear of the throttle body, remove it from the vehicle. Working at the throttle body housing, disconnect the electrical connector by pressing the plastic release tab and pulling it off, green arrow. Then remove the four 10mm throttle body fasteners, green arrows. Once you have removed the throttle body fasteners, remove the throttle body from the engine. Be sure to replace the throttle body sealing O-ring, green arrow. Install the throttle housing in the reverse order of removing, and be sure the electrical connectors are properly engaged. Listen for an audible click when reconnecting electrical connectors. Double check all hose fittings and clamps are properly installed and seated. Thanks for watching. Click here to view the original article along with hundreds of other DIY content for your car.